big?
I did a military protest or funeral protest. What you will learn is about the Westboro Church, the First Amendment. An example is the Snyder funeral, and then certain media coverage. The Westboro Baptist Church is led by Fred Phelps. It's in Topeka, Kansas. Obviously, they're Baptist. They're not just a regular church; they're like extremists. They take their beliefs and go beyond what they really mean. Their main focus is on homosexuality and military protest. They're known to protest by burning the American flag, signs. They've been in fights, stuff like that, right in front of military families. They are covered under the First Amendment, which is pretty much just our freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and all that crap. And then the Snyder funeral happened March 10, 2006 in Westminster, Maryland, which is my hometown, at the St. John's Catholic Church. They took and went from the church to the Veterans Cemetery downtown, and off to one of the sides, the Westboro Baptist Church people had a corner blocked off to where they protested, which you couldn't see from the funeral because there's a group called the Freedom Riders, which is a group of veterans who go and block it off to try to prevent military families from seeing it on their day. In 2007, Snyder's family was awarded $2.9 million in damages, plus $8 million later. But then after that, in 2009, it was overturned, and it was said that the Snyder family had to pay, it was like $15,000 or something, back to Phelps, which through donations and stuff, it was taken care of. And then they were just recently taken to the Supreme Court, and yeah, they kind of lost, but here's the video.
I'm sorry, no sound.
Westboro Baptist Church is known for picketing the funerals of U.S. soldiers and Marines in protest over what the church sees as the ills of American society, gays in particular. Today, their free speech case ended up before the Supreme Court, but we wanted to know more about who they are and what they believe. To get answers, my co-anchor Terry Moran boarded the Westboro van for our series, Faith Matters.
They're shocking. They're cruel and outrageous, and for most Americans, simply beyond the pale.
Thank God for dead soldiers.
But should they be against the law? What the members of the tiny Westboro Baptist Church in Topeka, Kansas do at the funerals of fallen soldiers and Marines seems to have violated an almost universal sense of basic human decency, and they know it, and they're proud of it.
Well, you seem to have crossed the line in just about everything.
You know what? How good that is for you to say that?
That's good.
Yes, because this nation has crossed every line of God's standards.
For 5 years now, the few dozen zealots who belong to the Westboro Baptist Church, most of them are from one family, the Phelps clan, have been spewing a grim and dark message. A message they argue that it's their First Amendment right to spread. And today they brought that message and that argument to the Supreme Court.
When you have a public funeral and you broadcast to the nation that that dead soldier is a hero and that God is blessing America, we will be there and tell you God is cursing America.
That's Margie Phelps, whose father Fred founded the Westboro Church. She's their lead attorney, and that's one side of her. Yet this is her yesterday. Yes, that's her wearing the American flag around her waist.
You ever hear that old saying about the lawyer who represents herself as a fool for a client?
Sure, I've heard that, and if I wasn't professional and if I didn't understand proper decorum, I've been representing this church for 20 years, and I've been picketing for 20 years, and I've been lost.
For the past 4 days, church members and their kids have been making their way to Washington for their big day in court, traveling from Topeka along I-70.
All of these flags are going to have to go home into the laundry. Yikers.
Every couple of hours, they stop and picket or protest somewhere. Out come the hateful signs, up starts the hateful singing. This little church, as they like to call themselves, always attracts a loud crowd on the other side. We rode along with the church members as they headed to Arlington National Cemetery to protest there.
Everyone I talk to about this case has the same reaction. And it's not friendly towards it.
They like to shut it up about the reaction they have.
Is there no other way? Is there no other place? A funeral when they're, when they're mourning their babies.
Okay, wait a minute.
Is there
Hold on.
no other place that
The
could be more
cardboard-
human?
No,
Yeah, you kind of got the basic